Hi, welcome back to Leslie Crafts. Today is another cold day in my craft room, so I've got the heating on. I've also got my dressing gown on just for added extra layers. It is absolutely freezing out there. It's not snowed, but it's been like a really hard frost. So I thought I would come on and show you another way of doing paper clips. So when I went to Lincoln to take my daughter back to university, I made these. These are from my unicorn kit, and these are just like literally the leftover ephemera. I've got loads of this ephemera left over because I was doing another project for somebody else. So some of them have got flags in them, some haven't. So it's just another way of using up your paper clips. And then I started doing some of the woodland one because I've still got that ephemera out. So just using up some more of those strips of, like those little bigger strips of paper. So I thought I would just come on today and just craft along, really. One thing I am doing is I'm reburnishing all the tape back down because it keeps on popping up. So I'm really giving this a really good burnish, forcing my tape down as we go along. So yeah, back to work next week. So that's going to be great. I am quite looking for. I have been into work on the odd occasions when I've needed, when I've needed to go in. Picked up a few problems which people weren't doing, but never mind. It's always the same. So yeah. So these are really, especially at the top where the paper overlaps a clip. There we go. So I've nearly used up a whole box of paper clips, which I'm really excited about. I know it sounds really sad, but I'm quite excited about it. I've nearly used up one whole box of paper clips, and it hasn't cost me any money to make these because it's stuff I've had in my stash and everything else. At the moment I'm just putting everything and making into an old sweet tub because and then one night I'm just going to cut out the backing papers and package them up while I'm watching telly or something with my boys. So I thought that would be a better idea. So it's the same things I've been using. So I've got my words, I've got my little bits of ephemera. No, it's not really ephemera. I'm just going to put that all in there actually. It's going to make more sense. Just bits and pieces which are left over from doing other things really. So yeah. So these are great for doing like little rosettes. I've just literally cut down the crepe paper into half, and then you just do your little rosettes. And hopefully I've got some staples in here. I'll want out. Might have a staple in here. Nope. So I've got staples here. So and we don't take long to do. They can be really quick and easy. So yeah. I'm just going to put 2 staples in there just to make sure. And then I'm going to put that on there. And then put that on there, and then maybe a saying. So yeah. So like I say, this is a great way of just using up what you have and just making stuff ready to send out or selling. You know, it's up to you how you want to, you know, do it. But if you've got room, well, I'm making little storage boxes for as and when these are, you know, done, and just putting them into the little boxes. And then after that, it'll be nice just to show them in my work area. And if I, you know, want to give out a little bit of happy mail, then I can just go through and either do a nice little set of the same stuff, or, you know, a mixture of things. So that'll be quite nice. Yeah, and then obviously once I start doing craft fairs again, I've got stuff already made up and just ready to go. So yeah, so that's the first one. So nice, quick and simple, and because we're already, like I said, already been done, I didn't think you would want to see how I just rolled up over a piece of paper and it's done type of thing. So yeah. So all these are so different, and you know, like I said before, I'm not too worried so much about my sayings, because you can't always get the sayings you want on your tags, so I'm not too worried about them. So one day this week I'm just going to have a day of sewing, or a good few hours of just purely sewing, because I've got lots of things ready to sew, and I've got like all the papers and stuff ready to go. I just need to sit down and do the sewing, and then I can get them finished and packaged up, waiting for toppers or anything like that. So these are great for toppers as well. You know, so yeah, because it can just be on the edge of a bag as well. It doesn't have to be, you know, slap bang in the middle of the centre. So yeah. Yeah, since I've been doing crafting what I want and when I want it, I haven't felt overbeared with it. I haven't felt like it's what I have to do. you know, it's all felt quite relaxed doing it. I've actually wanted to come in and do some crafting. I might even work on my new kit while showing my my latest kit off as well. So yeah, but I don't know if I'm going to have a break of doing the kits, or I'm not too sure, because they do take a lot of work, and I don't know. I'm a bit in between of what to do really. So I am a bit off camera doing this. It's just my sponge is starting to leave little bits of sponge everywhere. So yeah, but don't have to be. Can you see what I'm doing? I might just zoom you out a little bit. There we go. You know, you don't have to put. You can decorate these as much or as little as you want. At the end of the day, it is totally your thing, how you want to do it. Obviously I will come back and show you how I've packaged these up and things like that. So haven't worried too much about the colour of the paper clips either. So yeah, so obviously it is use what you have, and I've got some more tutorials coming up which is purely just tutorials. So that will be coming soon, and it's based on what we have in the UK. So obviously if you are overseas, then you'll have you might have to just tweak your supplies or your measurements more than your supplies to fit it. It's obviously not everywhere has the same products, so, and I think some people forget that when they just do tutorial. Well, it's not bad if they just think of their country without being bitchy about it. So yeah, so that is one thing. So yeah, so all the kids went to school this morning despite not wanting to go. So same old daily struggles I have, but we get there. We go eventually, because we know I'm not going to be moved. So I just wish school would realise that, you know, even though one of them is on the send list, but you know, seems that or communication seems to have stopped from the school, secondary school. So which is a bit of a bind, but I'm on a couple of support groups which have been great. So, you know, so I don't feel like it's just me, which has, apart from my kids do, you know, sometimes I do feel by myself with what my random children do on a random basis, and I think, is it just me, or is it just part of a condition that they do? And it seems that a lot of them do it, so in different forms and stuff. So yeah, I don't feel too bad now. You know, when you first go on these pages, you look and you think, oh my god, their kids are, you know, so, you know, are worse than mine, and you know, mine's only got it slightly but still on the radar, and you know, and you feel stupid for posting a, you know, what you think is a silly question, and then you get all these parents answering, so yeah, mine does, we've got, you know, you know, my kids drink hot drinks with a teaspoon, and as it, you know, when you say it out loud, it sounds like it's not a big issue, but when we're out and about, you know, in a cafe or, you know, anywhere, especially in the cafes, you know, the amount of people who stare and just go, why are they doing that? And it's like, well, you know, because they are, it's how they drink, and you know, yeah, going out for a quick coffee is never a quick coffee. You know, it feels like 6 hours later after they finished their hot drink with a teaspoon. So you know, and people going, well, my kid does it, and they're so and so age, and yep, my kid never goes anywhere without a hot drink with a teaspoon. So, and you do feel a bit better, you know, but you're not the only one out there whose child does this. So you know, if there is groups around where I am, but all in the next city to me, and it sounds really bad, I know it's for my child or children, but I can't afford to go in once a week to where it is, because petrol would just cost too much, and I don't have that money to go in and, you know, sit there for an hour having the help, knowing that everybody else is within that city. If it was a little bit closer to me, then yeah, I would be there in a heartbeat, and I would, you know, be there on a regular basis and everything else, but I'm not. So, you know, at the moment online is great, and then you get told how to, you get shoved on a parenting course. It's like, it's not down to your parenting, it's down to the child. So I feel like, you know, you adapt to your child, and yeah, my family, especially my parents, they say they understand, but they don't, bless them. So I try to defuse the situations especially when we're out, especially with my youngest. I try and defuse the situation way before it gets to a point where it's going to blow up, and then they just see him as he's being naughty and he's not being naughty, and then everybody gets annoyed. I get annoyed because he wasn't being naughty. I'm trying to keep him from running off, doing anything stupid. Then I've got to say to my family to stop it, to back off, to let me deal with it, and and then it just explodes into like World War VI, because I've got the kids crying, I've got my parents saying, oh, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, he shouldn't be doing this, and it's like, I know, but it's really hard to explain. And I just find some days I'm hitting my head against a brick wall, and I find it really, really frustrating, and it does get me down. It gets me down, So yeah, so I do tend to look forward to going to work. I'm out the house, 8 hours, because by the time I get to work, do my work, come back again, it's quite nice. It's quite nice just to have that, and it keeps I work early mornings. I have somebody looking after my kids in early, when I go to work, and so when I come back home, I've got a half an hour, 45 minutes drive to de-stress from work, and then so that's quite good. So yeah, and then some days it's literally walking into World War VI, because both of them have had a bad morning, especially in the school holidays, and the person looking after them is about at the wit's end, and you walk in and you try really hard not to blow up, because you find out what the problem is, and literally you'd be like, he took my controller, and that'll be it, and then that'll be like World War IV, because they touched each other's stuff. The amount of times I have to ban them from playing together on their PCs, or electronic games when they can play together online, and it's like, no, you cannot play together. I'm going, why not? It's like, because it just ends up in arguments, and I'm not in the mood for arguments today. So yeah, so, or if one moves their shoes in the morning, the other one will retaliate with something a little bit bigger and stuff, and then they'll come and cry wolf with me, saying, oh, so-and-so started it first, and it's like, well, no, actually, if you hadn't done what you'd done to begin with, he wouldn't have retaliated the way he did, and at the end of the day, it's consequences, and they don't understand the consequence, and it does. It sounds really bad, but they just don't understand that if their actions do bad, then the consequences will do. It's like a ripple in time, isn't it? They don't see that far ahead. They just see that action, and they have a reaction, and then they don't see that reaction has something else. so it's really hard to sit them down and say. So, or they'll say they understand it, and then the following day you're back to square one. So I know I laugh about it, and I have to laugh about it because otherwise it drives me insane. And for my health, I just have to have, you know, and go, oh, you're laughing, you know. It's like, well, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing because if I don't laugh, I will literally just cry and just hit the roof, you know. And I know me going off on one really doesn't help. I know that. And if you get to that point, it's like, oh, please just leave me alone for 10 minutes, let me calm down, and then I can deal with it. Or if they storm off, I've stopped going after them unless I know that they're going to do themselves any danger. Like my youngest one will put himself into, you know, dangerous places. He doesn't realise that they are dangerous. He just wants them as a relief. He just does it to, he doesn't do it to get attention, he just does it because he just wants, you know, that's his relief you know. And it's like, no, you can't do that, that's dangerous. And then you know, and then they wonder why it's dangerous, and it's like, because it's just is dangerous. So it's really hard, and I know many parents, you know, have this daily struggle with their kids, and I know what I deal with on a day-to-day basis is nothing compared to what other people suffer with, and I know that, and I'm not trying to get a sympathy vote, but I do find it stressful. This is stressful for my family. You know, some days we have really good days, you know, the really good days might turn into one or two, and then the rest of the week can be days from hell, you know. So, you know, when it is a good day, I praise them, and when we're little she devils, I tend not to praise them so much. I tend to go and bite my lip, and then come back and just say, you know, tomorrow will be another day, tomorrow will be a better day. And then they wake, if I'm not at work, they wake me up and really early, and it starts again. So it is one day at a time. It's like this morning, the youngest didn't want to go to school, he said he was feeling ill and everything else. If I kept them off school of the slightest thing, they would never go in, and I think that's what they're hoping for, but it doesn't work. And you know, I have a rule, that is, if you are sick or if you have tummy issues, and it is, you know, you run into a loo every 5 minutes, then yeah, you don't go to school. So obviously, being sick, we can see, when they have tummy issues, they do come and tell me, do you want to look? And it's like, no, pet, I don't. And some days they revert to being babies, and I have to go back to toilet training. And it sounds really disgusting, but you know, it's part of them, it's part of life, and you know, I wouldn't have them any other way. You know, my ex doesn't quite see the same issues when they're ill. You know, he has to sort of phone up and get me to tell him what to do with his own kids, which annoys me. You know, he's buried his head in the sand regarding their diagnosis and stuff like that, but I can't do anything about that. That's his decision and his decision alone. The rest of the family 100% behind me with it. You know, and yeah, so it's just one of those things, sharing my life story with complete strangers. So yeah, so I do apologise if I've ranted on a bit while I've been doing these, and I've been totally off camera most of the day. I do apologise. My intention, I have to raise my camera up a little bit, I think, but I've brought it forward, so obviously I haven't brought it totally. I haven't seen where I've been putting my things. I don't think I'll put a sentiment on that one. Can't find one. I might do that one actually. Put it up. So yeah. So I do apologise if you didn't want to hear about my life story, but you got it anyway. So yeah. So but no, thank you if you've stuck through this video to the very end. I much appreciate it. I'm just going to put all these little bits and pieces back in here. That just saves on one holder. There we go. And I know that everything is in there now. So I didn't use washi tape after all. So yeah, so I'm going to tidy these up. So I did get some more pens. I have filmed a little haul which I got for doing craft fairs and doing bits and pieces. So that will be up. That would have been up by now. So yeah. So I'm just going to quickly show you the ones that we've done, or I've done. So, and then I will come on and show you how I will package them. So I just find that these are, you know, super quick, super adorable, and you know, come autumn, when I do autumn swaps or even giveaways, or you know, autumn ranks, I've got some autumn stuff ready to go. You know, by then I might want to have a different collection of autumn stuff, which is fine, especially if I've been doing really well with getting my stash down. I really do want to get that down, and you know, everything, you know, done, because I have got places I can store the finished work, so that is not a problem. So yeah, so thank you very much for watching. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe, and I will be back again with some more tutorials and some more crafts along with me. Okay, bye now.